And I hope that I'm motivating people, man. Shit, shit, shit. Oh, man. I hope, as well as I'm motivating people, I hope that I could be blessed and honored for real for other people to motivate me for real. For me to open up my eyes and to look at life very, very differently. See, I be thinking, God damn. I always say that. Who can the people really respect the most? It's kind of like when people go to AAA meetings and shit for alcoholism, or they go to meetings because they're dealing with an addiction, any type of addiction. People don't really, yeah. People don't really respect people that much if you really haven't been in the mud, if you haven't really been in the fire and shit like that. It's crazy because I had seen that this man, you know what I like sometimes. I've seen it happen two times. Well, two different scenarios, but it was this man and he's on like Instagram and he be doing like motivational speaking, but it's like in a way he's getting aggravated and shit like that. When you are like a motivational speaker and just because your delivery or maybe you're dealing with people, and first and foremost, we are dealing with motherfuckers that is so content with the world of the reality that people live in. So people are more content with the reality that they lived in, or they're more content in thinking that, I guess, things are not going to work out correctly or work out in their favor. I think that's why I actually put that short up and shit like that when you're in the space when you feel like you're trying to get yourself back. And I guess I want to talk about two different things. What I want to talk about is, for real. Damn, you like what? Nah, man. Because I want to talk about two things. I want to talk about one. I want to talk about Nick Cannon. That's one because Nick Cannon, they have him going viral right now talking about Mariah Carey, and the guy said, "Oh, oh man, your heart will always be with Mariah Carey." And he said, "Listen, nigga, we not gonna talk about some shit. I seen that before. Please don't have me answer a question that I'm gonna get in trouble with." For real, for I had somebody. Damn, I said I had, but please don't mind my baby. She's sleeping right now. She got a cold, so you probably hear her behind me right now snoring just a little bit. But yeah. Somebody else had asked that question. For real, for real. I was laughing. I was watching. I only see like a little bits and pieces of just an interview, and then I kind of like I scrolled past it. But they had asked somebody a specific question, and it was like, what the fuck? How was it? They asked him. They asked him. I guess they was asking him, like, is it a lady or something like that that you like or you feel interested for real, for real? And he said, I'm not answering that question. For real. I'm not answering that question because if I answer that question, for real, I'm going to get in trouble. I was looking at that shit. I said, good answer. For real. Good answer. For real. And that's the same shit that Nick Cannon said. He said, nigga, I'm not answering no questions that you're going to get me in trouble too. But he said that he divorced Mariah Carey because I guess he was in her image or something like that. He didn't feel big enough. And I'm smiling just a little bit because nobody should feel like that. You understand what I'm saying? Now, to each his own, meaning if people are just more content with who they are, and they shouldn't. Damn, how can I say this? Fuck. Okay, I can put myself in that situation, right? Because I like using myself as an example, right? Just because he might could be well known or whatever the situation may be, and because of who he is, it doesn't mean that because of who he is, I'm gonna feel less as a woman. You understand what I'm saying? Or it's going to make me insecure and shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? Or I don't know, like in their shadows. I just think that I wish that Nick Cannon would have understood it a little bit better, like that, because his marriage with Mariah Carey would have went very, very far, and not allowing what other people you know what I mean, say about it. And because I feel like if we have a union and we have something together with each other, I don't care from poorest to rich, from richest to poor, that should be only what matters. And it was just weird because I say that shit about a lot of different people who I look about, like different stories on their lives. You can tell because of a certain situation she's really sleeping. You can look at certain situations and you can be like, damn, this bitch really hurt this nigga heart and shit like that. That's what happens. Cause I always like to say when I come up here on my YouTube channel, I always like to say, people, we all can be loved. It's just, well, I say about men. I say that all men are great. For real, for real. It's just dealing on the woman that they have came across that is going to make his heart very, very hardened. Meaning now he's not going to be capable enough to love another person the way that if he didn't meet this bitch. So now he's going to push himself off and he's going to have, god damn, he's going to have a certain type of a motive, meaning he's not going to be able to give his all like that, meaning, and that's why it be a lot of different doors of opportunity, not doors of opportunity, but he'll always keep the door cracked, meaning he's always going in and out, in and out, in and out. And then you'll have some women say, why you don't love me, why you don't love me, why you don't love me, and shit like that. It's because of the last bitch that he was with. My daughter's sleeping, so she can't hear what I'm saying. It's because of the last woman that he was with. And I think once women and men get over that hurdle, that's why I always like to talk about just in general, like nobody's supposed to be bringing old baggages, no matter how certain shit end or how certain shit go. So now I'm going to jump on with motherfucking Sierra's ass because listen. It's just this story is just adding up very, very terribly. For real, for real. Now, what's so crazy about her scenario is that, see, Future is who the fuck Future is. He don't want to settle down. Now, do that mean that in the near future, he's not going to get to that point where he just want to settle down with one woman? Time will tell. Only he knows that, right? So when you have some women, and I guess I can say that about her, maybe she just thought that she was going to slow the nigga down. You understand what I'm saying? As a woman, you can't go into no man's life thinking I'm gonna slow this nigga down. You know what I'm saying? I said this earlier before I took it down. I'm gonna tame this nigga. Dealing with certain people, I believe, it just depends on his timeline and shit like that. He have to feel that he, I guess, is in that space because women are different. Now you do, my daughter is knocked out. You do have some women who I guess they rip and run around, or no, it's not that. You have majority of women, they cheat with their career. That's what women do. They won't be like committed to a nigga. They're cheating on their spouse with their career. Like they're more at work. They're more trying to become very, very successful. That's why you have all of these older ass women that are now trying to start to have kids like in their late fucking 30s or in their early 40s and shit like that, because now they feel like they are now successful. Now, there's nothing really wrong with that, because I always say if a woman was to go about it a little bit that way, meaning you're more content, meaning of just chasing your education, dealing with the times that we live in. Because look at the times that we live in. Y'all, I live in New York City. For real, for real. The rent is extremely high out this motherfucker. And if you, in certain states and shit, if you don't have if you don't even have a high school diploma dealing with some of this small, minute shit, you're not going to be able to survive. So now I'm just saying on the aspect, if you don't go get some type of a certification, and if you don't go get no motherfucking degrees and shit like that, you're not really going to be able to survive and live like that. So then on top of that, you put a kid in it. Because a lot of people don't understand, once you have a kid, it's like, bitch, you got to sit down just a little bit. So you have to understand on that part is when you're having a kid, are both of you two financially set? And a lot of people don't understand that part, because that shit costs money. It costs money. I remember who was it? With my son and my daughter, for a minute, I was paying like private fucking fees, yo. That shit could be up to like $300 or something dollars, depending on the facility, depending on, I should say this shit, how bougie you are and shit, because you got some real high tech fucking bougie daycares and facilities and shit. And then you got type flock security and shit like that. So you gonna pay as you weigh, and a lot of people don't understand that part. So the girls' majority are very, very different. Then you get the educated ones and shit like that. That's why I love that movie that they did, Kelly Rowland and Method Man, because it was very, very cute for every woman to watch. Meaning, yo, they be having like 200 fucking checklists and shit. What? How they want a man to be. Now I'll say in the society that we live in, just dealing with the high standards that a lot of women put on their fucking list, is majority of the time you're not really going to find what you're looking for. So you have to have some type of a common sense. Is he? You know, I always say, if a woman look at the way some men treat their mother, it speaks a very long, high value. Meaning the way that he respects his mom. Is he disrespecting his mom? You understand what I'm saying? Because if a man actually respects his mother like that, 9 out of 10, he's going to be able, or he can identify the right proper way to be able to love you. You know what I mean? To be able to do something like that, because he understands that. He has some type of a borderline of respect for his wife. So when it comes to Sierra talking about, because she was trying to give this whole fucking thesis about toxic fucking relationship and toxic love. No, CC, you just caught fucking Future in a time where he just wanted to rip and run. He just wanted a bad bitch by him. But he wasn't in that space where he wanted to settle down. And I always like to say, sometimes for a lot of people, a lot of women don't understand, like the whole marriage part. It's like when a guy actually feel like you're honorable and deemed enough for him to give you his last motherfucking name. It's not about, I want to get married, I want to get married. No, bitch. He want to make sure that you are honorable, like you have something that's just a little bit more. And that's like the other clause that I'm trying to break right now. You know what I'm saying? That's what type of YouTuber I am. That's what type of a podcaster I am. You understand what I'm saying? That's the type of a person that I am when I'm trying to share or I'm trying to talk about things. Because I always like to say, just because about 10 to 15 other women got that result, why are you trying to brainwash a lot of women? And why are you trying to make me feel like just because he treated you like that, and let's put it on this way, and just because he might could be a high profile person, or because Regine said the same shit about that too, like, you don't want no nigga in the industry, you don't want this, they ain't shit, this, that, and the third. No. The niggas that you was fucking around with wasn't shit. You just came into their life or whatever, where these niggas was just wanting to jump, off the porch. And that's why, I was laughing, because this podcast for girls, it's like a lot of hate among the women, meaning when, I would love to put myself in shit. Like, for instance, I'm coming up or whatever, and now all of a sudden and shit like that, I'm being honored and blessed to talk to somebody like that, but I'm not looking at this nigga like that. So now you want to get mad at me and shit like that. How the fuck you gonna get mad at me and shit like that? You need to get mad at yourself. You understand? So you have a lot of women who feel some type of way because it's some women that are getting a lot more than I guess the other women thought that they were supposed to get. But I always say, once again, what type of a time did you run into this nigga at? Was he like that? And that's why a lot of women really can't get mad like that, because you knew from you knew, yo, from the beginning when you started talking to him that he just wasn't in that place like that, that he was not going to give you that other part of him the way that you are seeking. So it's not that this is that and the third. No, you knew that, yo. So you can't get mad. So this other girl gonna say, you don't even fit the part. For real, this is what this girl is saying. You don't even fit the part. You don't even fit the criteria. And I always say, well, goddamn, I didn't know it was a fucking criteria. I didn't know that I had to be like this. I didn't know that I had to wear this. I didn't know that I had to be like this. I'm just coming as myself You understand what I'm saying? So now they're like stipulating and putting a whole different type of an image and stuff like that. But the shit with Sierra is very, very petty. Meaning, because you can have some women that's like that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's just very, very petty of a woman to be like that. Like, you hate him so much, you will really just say, nigga, you gotta sign these papers, or I'm just gonna totally take fucking custody. Not only am I taking custody, full custody, but because I'm just such a miserable bitch, I'm gonna purposely change my baby name after I gave you. Okay, I gave my baby his father's last name, because at this particular, however, and now because I'm a miserable bitch, I want to go back and I want to change it, just like how it's going. Like Kim Kardashian want to change all of her kids' names and shit from the West to Kardashian. That's what they were saying. I don't know how true it is, but because of the length, because of the way that it may end it, or because the way you don't like it and now you want to be petty. You know what I'm saying? That's just so wicked. If I gave my children their father's last name, that's going to be permanently, even if we're not together or not. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what it is. So because of the shit that happened between her and her future, this is why her son, or however that it may be, I think that maybe he probably wants to be involved with his son. You know, he got, that's part of him. It's just that you just a miserable bitch. You just couldn't control me. You just couldn't. You wanted me to do what the fuck you wanted me to do, and that's just not the nigga that I am. And some women have to understand that. Now maybe she would have bumped into him a little bit down the road, a little bit, or like any other woman would have bumped into a lot of niggas down the road. Then maybe it's a possibility, a highly possibility, that everything that you were seeking from him, or not seeking, because motherfuckers should be seeking nothing. It's just something that should just flow naturally. It's something that they would have got without trying to force him to be something that he's not going to be. People have to take their time. It's like the road. And a lot of people don't understand the part being friends. Because even though you're my boyfriend, you're my husband, sometimes that shit gotta go to the left sometimes, and then maybe sometimes he just needs you to be his friend. I need to talk to you more as my friend than more as my girlfriend, more as my wife. I need more of a friend opinion and shit like that, and people don't understand that. Majority of sometimes people cheat is because of the conversation part, or that aspect of the relationship, because it's like, it's so unbalanced. But in this time, it's so much shit that's just so unbalanced. I always say, going outside and pillow hopping and doing that shit is so dangerous, because yo, you can have somebody that just looks so clean, so pretty, and her blood is just on fire. It's sizzling and all of that, all because of just one passion night. You know what I mean? Anything can happen. For real, for real. You doing all of this different shit, and then all of a sudden that shit go pop. That's your protection that just popped. And now you don't even know, you all in emotion, and you don't figure that shit out until y'all about to get up and go. And now you scared like a motherfucker. And now you gotta rush, you gotta go down there to the clinic, and now you telling these motherfuckers to give you every disease that they got on the planet, and make sure you fucking test my blood to make sure that I don't have HIV, that I don't have something. Now, what's so crazy about HIV, once it hits people within their system, it just mutates a lot. That's why when you have some people who are on HIV, some people go through different medicines and different shit because of their immune system or within their system. Some can work, and then some can't. That's why sometimes if you wait a little bit, you know what I mean, it mutates to a whole different type of a fucking strand. That's why some things don't work. That's why some people have to change certain things. Meaning, I guess, like for instance, if a motherfucker keep going to the doctors for certain different things, and this nigga keep giving you the same fucking antibiotics all the time, what's going to happen? Your body's going to get immune to the medicine that you're taking. So now they have to give you, now they got to give you something else, because now your body is like a defense mechanism. For real, for real. You know what I want to say? I want to say right now, I want to tag this guy, because I talked to this guy, not talk to him, but he's the guy who was helping Whitney Houston daughter, Bobby Christina. He was helping her actually get better. His name is Dr. Prophet Jolie. I don't know why I'm saying this, but he's an herbalist. I love herbalists. I'm into herbalists. I'm into herbalist medicine, meaning shit that comes from the ground. And damn, should I say this to the world? But he's almost like a Dr. Sebi. So I ordered some stuff from him today. Because I'm in that type of a stuff. But he has medicine for people who have like cancer, shit like that. First stage, second stage, third stage, and fourth stage. I don't know why I'm saying that. I don't know if somebody family member have been diagnosed with cancer or something like that. But I'm gonna tag his information on my thing, and he comes from out of California, so he got shit for herpes. He got shit for a whole bunch of shit. He got shit for people who are on dialysis, meaning if these people are telling you that your liver or something like that is failing, he got some herbalist medicine that you could take for that. He has a whole bunch of stuff. He has stuff for cataract. Dr. Farrakhan, Minister Farrakhan, he uses him in the Nation of Islam and stuff like that. But he's a very, very good, amazing herbalist. And I had to reach out to him because I wanted to take some stuff that he had and stuff. But I don't know why. Only why I'm saying that is because I messed around and I sent my goddamn address to a nigga in California. For real, for real. And they was like, sorry, wrong number. So I kind of took that as a sign. You know what I mean? Maybe somebody in their family, but I have recommended him to people who did have cancer within their family. And, people have used their stuff, right? So there's a lot of different things that, the pharmaceutical world or people don't want people to know. So I don't know who needs that, but I'm definitely, I'm going to put his handle in the comment section. I don't know where that's from. So maybe somebody's dealing with something that you feel like is uncurable. All you got to do is call him, tell him whatever the fuck you need. And he'll figure that shit out. And he'll send it out to you very, very quickly and very, very fast. For real, for real. People should definitely look into herbal medicines. I definitely believe it was just a whole bunch of different shit about Dr. Sebi. I always say that. Anybody coming up here and trying to inform the masses, hi, how are you? You need some help? For real. You need help? So, I'll definitely put it there. Hi, baby. Hi, how are you? I'm just chilling. My Monday, it started off all right. I just kind of got to the left just a little bit because I'm not really supposed to be here. You said good. What helped? I don't know. I was just talking about some herbalist stuff. I'm into healthy products, healthy things, and you just said hi, so I guess I was just being a little, just a little talkative or just trying to talk just a little bit. That's it. But I was just coming on here, just vibing out just a little bit. I was just talking about the crazy stigma. You like choo-choo trains? I like bread. You like bread. You like bread. You like bread, like you want to make a turkey and cheese sandwich, or you like money? You like money. Don't start this madness with me today. So hi everybody. My name is Majesty Angel. I'm all over. It's so funny. I closed my Instagram page down and it seemed like it's going crazy. Every time I close down my ha ha ha, so funny. I am bread. I am bread. Oh, you got some money? You got some money? You got some money? You gonna send me some money? It's funny. Get out of here. Ha ha ha. This ha ha ha. Nothing. Ha ha nothing. Don't come over here messing with the queen. For real. I don't got time for this business stuff with y'all today. For real, for real. What do I? Oh shoot. I always like talking to people like, oh, listen, y'all need to be nice to these people. It's some people that a lot of people need to be nice to. It's some people that a lot of people need to send some flowers with a note attached. There's some people that need to surprise some people. I don't know why some people be having a hard head. It's okay. For real. What? Listen, I just had to remove that because everybody can see what you said. Like, I be playing, I be joking around, but not too much because I be having kids on my YouTube channel. Just a joke. Yeah, like I thought. Come on, don't do all of that. For real, for real. There's some people that need to get choked out because they think things are a joke. They think it's funny, right? You know what I think is funny? When people get caught on camera. You ever see a nigga get caught on camera? You just see people get caught on camera and they be like, God damn. It don't even gotta be paparazzi sometimes. Don't gotta be paparazzi. It could be a regular civil service. Uh-huh. And they catch your ass. You like, shit. Because somebody gonna get in trouble. That's all they needed to see. They just needed to see that shit right there. Don't nobody else in the room. Don't nobody else in the room know that their ass is about to get tore up like Dragon Ball Z. Meaning their ass gonna be flame on and shit like that. Flame on. Flame on. Smile. For real. Smile, smile, smile. And let me tell you something. You like what? Let me tell you something, world. I don't understand. What's wrong with people being Freemasons? Can we talk about that? What's wrong with people being Freemasons? What's wrong with that? I understand. Listen. Because I always say I'm a historian type of a person and shit like that. Like, I like history. I'm a knowledge seeker and shit like that. I stay in books, right? So, and this is why I be arguing sometimes with people because they be like, oh, for real, for real. Oh, you need to do something. You're going to be lost in the matrix. Stop it. You're going to be lost in the matrix. You're going to be lost in the matrix. Or what about this society? What about that society? And shit like that. I love, if it was up to me, well, yeah, I love more ancient stuff. I like ancient stuff, meaning a lot of like Greek mythology, shit like that. I love dealing, and I love watching a lot of Viking movies, for real, love it. And I love the movie, the thing that they have on Netflix. I don't know if it's still there, but The Last Kingdom or Kingdom something, dealing with the Vikings and stuff. But like every other civilization that have played their time on this earth, meaning the different centuries of how the different times have changed and shit like that. It always been another group of society who had practiced something, and once one class of society get to where they feel like they want to start having dominion over people, this is when they start putting in their beliefs. So guess what? It's a lot of different people who had their religion and shit like that, or them speaking in native tongues. So that happened to the Indians and shit like that when they started putting them in all of these fucking little, schools. And President Biden, before he left out of office, he, wanted to apologize to all the Native Americans and shit for a lot of different things because they was trying to strip them of their tongue, of their language and stuff like that. I always say that. I came up here, I blacked out on Twitter because Elon Musk tried to go against the grain, meaning since people or Native Americans want to say, oh, we're Native Americans or something like that, he said that, well, a lot of people, some shit he said. And I said, yo, you can't really talk about Native Americans. And then I was arguing a lot too because a lot of people don't know that the Native Americans, it's like beef right now between the Native Americans against the indigenous people. For real. It's like it's beefing. And I never really thought that it'd come to that aspect where you have Native Americans and fucking indigenous people, clashing. But if people actually know about Native Americans like that, they walk over through the plains and shit. There's a lot of, that's why you have Native tribe of Alaska, a lot of different Native tribes all over. But the Native Americans, they always been here. It's just that when you have certain people within power, and because the Native Americans, they didn't understand English and certain shit like that, they had them sign a piece of paper that they really didn't understand, a forfeit. Or because they came and they found a whole group. That's why you still to this day, you have some fucking tribes and shit, you better not go over there to eat your ass, put a fucking stick and shit like that. They run people away because look, we carry We carry bacteria and shit like that. I'm just saying. Even for myself, I'm not saying I got bacteria with it. You know what the fuck I mean. But if I was to go into a different part of the world, I go to go on the Amazon some fucking where, right? And I run into a tribe of people who have never been around me before. I have on me something that their immune system cannot fight because they have not been around. You understand what I'm saying? That's like when the motherfucking COVID came. That's what happened. When the COVID, that shit was orchestrated. I don't give a fuck what nobody said. That shit was, this is my belief with COVID. COVID was something to oh shit. COVID was sent out as a test because I kept saying that shit was airborne. That's for one. And then for two, when Governor Cuomo, he shut down the airports, meaning he did it, he went the wrong way. Instead of saying that these countries over here wasn't supposed to do it, he's supposed to do the other side. So what happened was it eliminated a nice it eliminated a nice amount of people because so many fucking people died. I don't think people actually remember that shit, yo. Especially out here in New York City, the fucking morgue, the morgues was so fucking overran over COVID. They was making homemade. They was making homemade places to store bodies. Not only of that, you know how many bodies were thrown into a fucking grave and shit like that because people were walking around with hazmat suits and shit on. And so what happened within COVID? It just gave whoever the fuck was watching and let people know how strong certain people's immune systems was, yo. For real, for real. And not only that, for real, they was doing a whole bunch of different tests. You think I'm lying, I'm dying. Go look that shit up. That shit that they was giving within the vaccine and all that shit was found in people's bone marrows and shit. Whatever the fuck that they used. And it was the biggest race, meaning it was the biggest race for a lot of different pharmaceuticals around the world to hurry up to put together some shit. So not only did they introduce something to the masses that eliminated a nice good part of us, but then they also introduced some shit that to this day motherfuckers don't know what the fuck that they made or whatever that they put in COVID because they're talking about a whole bunch of different shit. I don't like to talk. I don't like to talk far stretch because I know how far my motherfucking mind can stretch. And because you have a lot of people minds who can stretch very, very far, a lot of people would think that you're insane. A lot of people would think that you need to be reported and you need some fucking medicine. And it's not that. It's just that I'm thinking outside of the box. And a lot of people can't think outside of the box. I always say the Asian culture is the smartest culture, meaning the smartest people on the planet. Only why I'm saying that is because, for one, they have this tomb that holds a very, very, this artifact, this place is so protected, meaning the shit that they put around it to seal whatever the fuck is in there, nobody can go because it'll kill them. So even our previous ancestors still knew that it was going to be a time when wicked ass people was going to come. Like, I'm so against fucking museums. I'm so against museums. I'm against museums. I'm against fucking zoos. And I'm damn sure against the motherfucking Vatican. That's why I always like to say it. Like, everybody else, they bucket list is crazy. But my bucket list is official. Because I want to go to the Vatican. I want to go to the Vatican and I want to go to the museum. Only why I'm saying that is because the Vatican is they're what could I say this? They're treasure robbers. The Vatican has stole so many different pieces and so many different artifacts because they don't want the people to actually really know the truth. Just like it's a very, very powerful scripture regarding a specific time that happened in Egypt regarding the people in Egypt. But a lot of people don't even know because when you go in the Vatican, you got to go in a Pacific part to actually go look at this artifact. So much shit on this earth. For real. And I always say, everybody talking about they want to see E.T. They want to see E.T. Sorry, extraterrestrials. But do you understand that shit? Nobody is capable. Right? And it is something at the fucking it is something at Antarctica. It is. Sorry. Stop trying to twist my words. But it is. Hitler and all that other different shit. It was so many different nations that was trying to get out there. But it is something there. Anytime, listen, because I was watching that show with Will Smith. Everybody should go. Anything that Will Smith do, people need to go see. Especially, they need to go see that first one that he did. It's called The Strangest Rock. It tells everybody in the world how important the earth is. Meaning a lot of people don't even understand how important the Sahara Desert is. Meaning the different particles and shit, how it need to spread all over the earth and how much of different things need to go and shit to be able. Because there's a lot of places right here in the United States of America that's beautiful. For real, I always say that. Like before I want to actually go outside of the country, there's a lot of different great places right here. Especially the fucking Grand Canyon. A lot of people know the Grand Canyon is the most dangerous place in the United States of America and the most secure place within the United States of America because of the different history and because of the different shit that's out there. And some people go out there in the Grand Canyon and they go missing. For real. There's a lot of different native tribes and shit that tell people don't go fucking around there in the Grand Canyon. There's a lot of different artifacts. That's the only why I want to go. For real, for real. Everybody want to go to Grand Canyon for a whole bunch of different shit. I want to go because I'm very, very interested of seeing the markings and shit on the Grand Canyon from different civilizations. Just like they said that it was Egyptians and shit in the fucking Grand Canyon. For real, for real. There's some shit out there. There's one part out there they said make you sick. Because listen, I don't know if I should say this shit because people be listening and people be watching. But when you are into frequency, because I'm into frequencies, so anytime I hear something or I hear different things, like I think I was somewhere, I was in my lady building and somebody was playing the craziest frequency in their house. I could hear it because my ears are very, very different. People don't understand how the fuck can you control people. That's why music is so powerful. For real. Anybody that can control music and understand how powerful music is, man, you a dangerous person walking because that shit trickle down the effect of people. For real. Music, what do music make you do? Music make you happy. Music make you sad. Music make you want to fuck some people up and shit like that. And then, so funny. I want to kill the world. I want to kill the world. I want to kill the world. You heard what I said? Have anybody actually heard that shit? Rewind it backwards. You understand what I'm saying? So music, frequencies and shit like that. That's why a lot of people saying, oh, the Great Pyramid of Giza. So that shit didn't. The Great Pyramid of Giza never had no motherfucking. It never had a tomb in it. Why? You know why it didn't have a tomb in it? Because, and this is why I get so fucking mad with people, you stupid fucking people. Listen how I'm talking. Everybody want to go to the desert. Everybody want to go to the desert. Please, I just want to go to Egypt. You know why I want to go to Egypt? Because I just want to touch the pyramids. Do you know how much high frequency is in the Great Pyramid of Giza? That shit was a portal, for real. That shit, you go in there, you search, you do, you hear that shit? All of that shit is different frequencies. So if you can tap into a frequency that now have the potential of healing your body, transforming your body and shit like that, like, are you kidding me? Nobody, why am I the only fucking person who think like that other than a whole bunch of different scholars and a whole bunch of different people who think that we're fucking crazy? You'll be surprised at different shit that's aligned on a fault and shit like that. Why the fuck you think they killed Tesla? That nigga was on to something. For real, for real. Somebody come up with a way where every nigga on the planet around the world can get free electricity and shit like that. Certain shit that's gonna take away billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars and stuff like that. It was one guy, they was gonna throw his ass up. Matter of fact, I was confined with this girl. Listen, I was confined with this girl, and this girl told me that the United States government has a man right now that's locked the fuck up. They don't know where he came from. They don't know what his age is. He have been surviving off of certain shit that an average person cannot survive of it. I think he got a temple or some shit like that in New York City. When people could be able to tap into certain things or certain people. Just like I seen the people in black, the people, the top hats and shit, top hats, it's like extraterrestrial. I seen extraterrestrial, for real, for real. It was like a top hat. The people with the black hats. It was me, my girlfriend, and I love him. I can't think of his name, but he's any Sagittarius person on the planet. And especially who else? What is it? I think I'm saying it wrong. Cancer, something like that. Certain signs, even though they be saying that is bullshit, it's not really bullshit. For real, for real. You have some signs who are just meaning within our lineage, our heritage and shit like that. I love being a Sagittarius because I possess all of the signs that I have within me, especially Aries and shit. The art of war and shit. That's why they say that certain signs are very, very compatible, especially a fucking Aries and a fucking Sagittarius, because we're a lot of stuff. Aries and Sagittarius are very, very compatible, and they're very, very compatible sexually too. I don't know why the fuck I said that, but dealing with the independence and the creativity and a whole bunch of different shit like that. But dealing with a whole bunch of like pyramids and shit like that is deep. It's very, very deep. The Mayans and shit like that. Like, where the fuck? Don't nobody know where the fuck they went. I know where they went. They went into the fucking wall and they disappeared. You like, what? Hell yeah. Every time Lion Gate and shit like that, and they make all these fucking new movies and shit, I be like, okay, they're forewarning us. Like, nobody didn't think about that shit when them niggas was in Times Square. Everybody don't remember that. They was in Times Square with this big-ass looking thing from Stargate. That's what I'm going to say that it was. And people in Times Square in New York City, actually, they had this shit, and you can look at it, and you can see these motherfuckers in the United Kingdom. But only why I got taken down because, you know, regular civilization, the people, they don't know how to act, and they were doing a whole bunch of weird shit. How the fuck is this shit that we got right here and Times Square, Manhattan, you can see people. The different technology. That's why I be getting mad sometimes. It's like a penalty. Like, mankind, certain people are not supposed to. Certain people, I believe it with every fiber within my body. Certain people are not meant to be able to obtain certain knowledge, because once you obtain certain knowledge, you are going to manipulate it. Now, dealing with manipulation is dealing with how cruel and how evil a motherfucker is. That's facts. So guess what they're going to do? I was so happy when I seen Congress, because I think I was talking to my son, because me and my son talk like that, right? I'm curious, do anybody know the levels and shit within the rain and shit like that? Because they've been saying like CERN, which a lot of people don't understand. CERN is a fucking private organization that's being funded by millions and millions and millions of dollars, and they have brilliance and brilliance and brilliance and brilliance of scientists from all around the world, and they're doing a whole bunch of different shit that they don't have no fucking business. So CERN, if you're listening to me, I seen it. You for real? I seen some shit from out of the future. Like, it's like, for real. I seen like they was in like white coats. It's like a fucking table that they had, and it was like they were messing around with a whole bunch of different things. But that's what happens with mankind. I don't care how smart you are. I don't care how many degrees that you are. I don't care if the president of the United States of America gave you a pendant talking about, I'm giving you the highest honor on here, right? It's some things mathematically. That's why it's a different thing of mathematics, and then between the secret geometry, for real, of the universe. And when you're dealing with a whole bunch of different formulas and formats and shit like that, and because you want to tune in and you want to start fucking around with dimensions, because now I'm going to the left a little bit for a lot of people who ain't going to be able to fucking keep the fuck up with me. But when you're fucking around with a lot of different dimensions and you're going through different gateways and the different shit, just like somebody answered. You like, what? Hell yeah. United States government, NASA send out a fucking beacon, light years and light years and light years and fucking light years and fucking light years away, and somebody answered. But I always say, they always been here. Where the fuck you think that they are? That's why certain little shit that I see, I'm never coming up on social media and say, I seen ET, I seen this. I'm not saying shit. You like, what? Nope. And I always like to advise certain people. Just like when the fucking meteor fell through this lady's house in Texas somewhere. There been a lot of meteors coming down here. Why is that? Why is around the earth and shit like that? Why is it so easy and shit? Right? We was not meant to fucking build a space station in space. They're penetrating the barrier around the earth. Everybody don't understand that shit. Every time them niggas and shit go out of space, certain shit is weakening the shit. Why do you think certain motherfucking rockets and shit be blowing up and shit before they go out of here and shit like that? It's because of some shit that's meant out there or something that's going on, right? Everybody not thinking about that shit. When motherfucking Donald Trump said, "Oh, I have a Space Force task force." What the fuck we need a Space Force task force? What the fuck are y'all doing out there out of space that we don't know? It's different documentation. You think I'm lying? I'm dying. Go on YouTube. Of different people on the space stations talking about they seen a whole bunch of different shit. Now look at this shit. Look. You said nobody's not paying attention. They have been dropping rockets and shit left and right over there in fucking Iran and all of that other shit. I'm surprised that, well, I need to go look now because I'm curious. Have people been reporting a whole bunch of different high reports of extraterrestrials, yo? The same way that the astronauts and certain shit, when they up there and shit, they can look at the thousands and thousands of lights and the lights and shit on in Earth. What the fuck made ET can't look at all of that shit? Because listen, mankind, the same shit, if we do shit down here, it's gonna mess up the shit that these niggas from other galaxies and shit need. They've been traveling back here thousands and thousands and thousands of years. For real, for real. What I was gonna say, shit. You like what? Shit, look at this. Mankind has never actually went and they're never going to be capable enough. Why do you think that they can't really go to the bottom of the ocean? It's different parts in the ocean that has the abyss. The abyss is some shit that's just not meant for niggas to go. And once niggas start going like that, low like that, certain shit start happening. Certain shit start breaking down. That should be a thing. So hell yeah. And they got this guy that's saying that he just popped up and he said that he was abducted and shit by fucking mermaids. And they said this nigga was going crazy. It's all over fucking TikTok and shit like that because something is happening. I believe that. I believe in it. For real, for real. Everybody talking about it's not different gods and shit like that. It's the biggest evidence is in the Bible. Go looking at Genesis. Read Genesis, the whole chapter, and it say within the Bible it said God said for you, us, we should not put any other gods, Gods, gods before us. For real, for real. Like what? What the fuck? What you mean? What you mean? It wasn't no Zeus. It wasn't no motherfucking Hercules. How the fuck? You have a Colosseum and a whole bunch of different shit there. You still have different people who still worship and pray a whole bunch of different things and shit like that. For real. For real. Me, my crazy self, I want to go to Transylvania. You're like, what? Hell yeah. I want to go to Transylvania. They have a castle over there that said that is Dracula. For real. Dracula. I'm going to go downstairs in the basement. Dracula. For real. It's a whole bunch of different shit. Why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't certain different things of events happen? I always say that. New York City, right now, for real. They call the people that live underneath the tunnels, right? They live in a subway, right? The people that live in the tunnels and shit, they're afraid of certain things that's down there because certain shit is down there. For real, for real. It's certain things, but people's minds are not capable. Just like over there at Skinwalker Ranch. Shit. God, ancestors protect me because every time I talk about it and I say certain shit, it's like shit with me start becoming real weird and shit. I remember I started watching that shit and I just started getting like bad, like, because I'm Native American. So I'm not even supposed to be motherfucking repeating that shit anyway. It's a bad fucking omen when you say shit like that because it was a curse that was put on that land because of certain things. And then you have all of these scientists and shit. I love that show though. It's a very, very interesting show because it's different things that happen there. For real. Especially like what's that? Big feet, bare feet, whatever the fuck that shit is, all that other stuff. So many different people have disappeared, especially over there in Alaska and certain stuff. Hell yeah. I just went real far, but I like when I can talk about certain stuff like that. I love when I can do investigation on certain interesting things because that shit, it just makes me, it just perks up my ears, for real. Especially that place over there. Where the fuck is that? Over there in China, Japan, somewhere? It's like a big old rock. You like, for real. Like that excites me. Like that is me all day. And they got this big ass rock, like 2 boulders. This shit is like tons and tons and tons and tons. And they still to this day they can't figure out. They said, who was it? One of the Buddhists or something like that. put the rocks up there for real, and it's amazing. Like oh shoot, for real. Especially over there in the Himalayas, over there in the Himalayan mountain or something like that. It's very very like spiritual. It's this monk. This monk. He do like very like he do well good experiments, and he was talking about the spiritual world, and he put like this pot or something like there, and it just started getting boiling hot. That's why a lot of different places people don't be knowing. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, you on holy ground. Y'all are on holy ground. This tourist site, this tour guy, this tour lady taking you over there, and he forgot one fucking thing. Y'all not supposed to be having y'all shoes on, and y'all going through ancient sites. Y'all stepping on burials and a whole bunch of different places. Y'all not even supposed to be here, right? Or if you are here, if you are there, at least show different respect. Why the fuck y'all think niggas don't understand this part? Everybody going to Hawaii, but you see what the fuck they do when y'all niggas get off that plane in Hawaii and shit like that. You see how they put the fucking flowers and shit over there, huh? Because it's a different energy, it's a different deity, it's different gods and shit. Because you're paying homage. That's why they putting the fucking flowers and shit. You better get that shit. Listen, aloha, yeah, aloha. Give me these motherfucking flowers, for real. And people don't understand that part, for real, for real. Look at it, you like for real? People going over there. Why you think? Oh, it be different curses and shit. Niggas come back from Egypt and shit like that, and they taking different things and a whole bunch of shit. That shit will travel back. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Thank you, ancestors, for real, for real. Why you think a lot of archaeologists and shit have died? Cause curses and omens and shit. That shit is real. Them niggas went over there messing around, touching different shit, and they say that shit in foreign, ancient, or some language and shit that you don't understand. You come down here fucking around with this treasure. You come down here fucking around with these burials. You come down here taking some gold and shit like that. Cause now this shit is worth. That's why some shit is priceless. Priceless means you cannot put a fucking price on it because it's so old. It holds so much fucking weight. For real. I hate that shit. Every time I go to the museum, especially when I go in the Egyptian part, because I feel like I'm part of the Egyptian bloodline. I'm not even going to front when I say that. I have a very, very heavy presence, especially when I enter that part. Because all of that shit, y'all stole them. Fuck you gonna go in there. If it was up to me, I'd take all of that shit and I'll put that shit back. I'll put that shit all back in Egypt. I'll put that shit back in the tomb. I'll blow that shit up. So no archaeologist, no museum, nobody on this planet would get that. Because they're robbers. I don't give a fuck if that is a major. No, you robbed them, yo. How the fuck you gonna go? How you gonna go, for real? How you gonna go unbury a nigga and then say, oh, no, nigga, you just took a body. You took him from out of his resting place. This where he was supposed to be for eternity. Even fucking King Tut and his mask and all that other shit. Why you think in a certain part, they won't even allow them to go behind a certain wall that they have in Egypt and dealing with fucking King Tut and all that other shit. That's why they said, hell no, this shit is locked off. Why is it locked off? Because there's some shit in there that is going to coincide everything that they have said. I always say that. For real. It's always something behind something. For real. For real, for real. I look at stuff like that. That was interesting. For real, for real. I like stuff. Is there anything else that I want to do or I want to go? No, I remember I read this book about the Asian culture, how back in the day they were eating kids and shit, called A Peanut Route or something like that. That book was so interesting. I love reading that book. And they were killing kids and killing parents, all types of stuff. But yeah, like the samurai history and stuff like that. I love that. Like dynasties, the yin, the yang, you know, like the dynasties and stuff like that. I love that. I could definitely live in China, for real. But I would want to go live like on the countryside, because I think the countryside of China, the countryside of Japan and stuff like that, it's so beautiful. I would love to go sit and talk. What? I can go talk and speak to a Shaolin monk? Man, take me to go see the Shaolin. I think that is so interesting. So, and just why you think they're so healthy? Because everything that they eat it comes from out of the ground. For real. You come over here in the United States of America, you can't breathe. For real. You can't breathe. Shit's all messed up. The water's messed up. How do you kill a race of people? What? You poison them with the water and you poison them with the fucking food that we consume on a daily basis. So the only people that's really, really eating healthy are the people who are who? People who eat organic, for real. I taste the organic chicken, yo. The difference between chicken and shit. I go to the supermarket. Why the fuck is all of this chicken in this bag look like a three month old baby and shit? Why am I eating these oranges? This is not a regular orange. Well, here I go with my organic, because I be very organic, for real. It's a different taste. Try it, for real, for real. Try an organic chicken between the chicken and shit that you get. Try organic, all that shit, the fruit and shit like that. Between the food and shit that we get. Try the difference between organic milk and shit, between regular milk. You know how many damn bacteria infection and all of that shit that's in milk and shit? The shit that they do to milk shit? That shit is crazy. For real. You're like, what? Hell yeah. Man, I had a good ass plant-based burger. Like, remember the plant-based burgers or whatever from Wendy's and shit? That shit was good. I remember I made some good ass plant-based shit in here for my kids, my family. They was fucking that shit up till I told them. They was like, ooh, this good. Like, what is this? Plant-based? After I said that, everybody said, it's nasty. Like, what you talking about is nasty? Y'all didn't even know. It's only me and my sons. My oldest son, probably Michael. We eat tofu. I love tofu. Yeah, tofu don't taste like shit. But with tofu, you gotta put like your seasonings and a whole bunch of other different things. For real, it's just that we have been programmed for a very, very long time to eat this poisonous ass food. So when you're trying to break a norm or something that you have been doing for a very long time, it gives you trouble. For real. Like all of that stuff, that's just crazy. The organic of different things. It's crazy, yo. For real, for real. But this was an interesting line. I went from talking about the delusional of these girls, right? For real, for real. Not every... I'm always going to say that. Not every rapper is a piece of shit. For real. Not every high-profile person is a piece of shit. Not every nigga or every girl is a piece of shit. I just look at people as just being sore losers. For real, for real. You just a sore loser, mama. You just mad. And that's how it is for some girls. You just mad. And I always believe the way that people set standards is the way that people are going to respect them, right? So, of course, he or she's not going to respect you because you let them do however that you want to say, whatever that that you allowed them to do to you. So you can't get mad at me because I said, no, that's not right. No, that's not right, and it's not cool. You know what I mean? Or even myself, like, nah, man, you ain't going to... So I'll be like, okay, I understand. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do this. So guess what? I'm just going to love that person a little bit more. Because he told me he not playing that shit. I'm like, oh, shit, this nigga just what? So that's a different love and it's a different motion from people. So that's what I'm doing. Is there anything else? No. They got Northwest. I think I like Northwest, but I think Northwest always been a little weird. For real. Northwest have always been a little weird. I just think that she's just growing up just a little bit too fast. But that's for each other parent. It's like I be feeling mad old when I see a lot of different people's kids. They're not celebrities. They're celebrities to y'all. But to me, they're regular people. So when I see these regular people's children, it's just baffling. Because they say to me like, damn, I'm getting old as shit. For real. Like I remember when I seen her ass was pregnant. I remember when the baby and shit was so cute and so fat. And now all of a sudden these little kids, they so grown. They say they running around with goddamn gold teeth and shit, and you can't be mad. You know what I mean? So I agree with you, Yaya Mayweather, for real, baby girl. I just wish that she stopped doing what she's doing. She can't help it that her father is Floyd Mayweather. She can't help it that you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, if I got to that particular point in my life, wherever anybody, and I got it like that, why would I want my kids to work for somebody? They could come work for me. You know what I'm saying? They can come work for the business. They can put into the business. Why would I want that for my kid? And I'm afforded to, and we can move around comfortably. I'm going to be able to give my kids a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? How you going to penalize? How you going to penalize me for that? Because if you was in the same, you understand? You get what I just said? If people were in your shoes, they would do shit differently. Some people are killing to be in people's shoes. So I just look at people as sore losers and shit like that. I don't think Floyd Mayweather is broke. I just think that he's bored and he don't have nothing to do. So now he's gonna come out and now he's gonna put his goddamn record. Cause I don't really like Floyd Mayweather anyway. Cause this nigga, he be running too much for me. If you gonna box, you're gonna get in there and you're gonna box. You're not gonna run around. You're not gonna run around. You're not gonna run around. You're gonna go and you're gonna go head to toe with people. I always say that for the first round of just me fighting my opponent, between the first round and the second round, it's gonna let me know what I gotta do to beat you up. And dealing with if I want to play around and I want to give freaking pay-per-view a good run for their money and shit like that, I might just give you 6 rounds. Now, if this nigga's really, really good and he's whooping my ass, then that's why that shit be going to 12 rounds. Because it's so funny. It's funny. My kid, he got the virtual headset and shit. So I be on there like I'm Layla Ali. They got this game called Creed and shit. Man, I be doing good as shit the first round. Man, the second round, that nigga be like, boom, 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 boom. I was like, because it's a lot, boxing, for real, for real. And Egypt, Tretch, and Pepper daughter, she just need to give it up. Because that was the most embarrassing knockout that I have ever seen, other than her and Blueface, how he got punched outside of the ring. I don't know why people doing that, for real, getting themselves hurt. You got it, because you just got to be different. It's no way in hell. People should be, if it's like that, then that means you need to be in the gym and you need to dedicate yourself a lot, like a whole full year of just dedication. You just can't just go in, because I'm very interested. Now, you want to know what's so funny? Krishan Rock gonna win this goddamn boxing match. I feel that shit within my essence because she's a different creature. She has a different purpose and shit like that. She has something other. For real. You have to be very, very, I just got chills when I said that. You have to be very, very special. I shouldn't say that because I said that about the New England Patriots. But only why the New England Patriots and them niggas won, because them niggas was out the night before. They was tricking, they was partying, and niggas didn't take that shit seriously. While them other niggas that won, and I didn't even know that they was calling themselves the Powerful 12. Which the Powerful 12 is very, very powerful because 12 break down, you know that shit. 1 + 2 = 3 all goddamn day. So they was playing around with divine numbers and they really wanted it. They really had discipline. I'm telling you, before the Super Bowl, them niggas wasn't getting drunk. Them niggas wasn't getting high. And them niggas wasn't fucking. When you are an athlete, it's certain things that you are not supposed to do. They went to the Super Bowl totally fucked up. For real. But the New England Patriots, they was not supposed to win that game. For real. They were really supposed to win that game. That's why a lot of people lost their money. For real. Even I fucked up some money and shit like that. But they were supposed to win that game. And that's why it's only one guy, that boy who was like on defense. Oh, that nigga, he got a different pay. And that nigga got and they renewed his contract because he was doing what the fuck he was needed to do. I was so mad watching that game because it was just terrible. It was like it was a goddamn shame. If I was there, I think I would have jumped over and I would have been yelling. They would have kicked me out from out of the stadium because it's ridiculous. And like, girl, ridiculous. Especially when I be seeing kickers and you missing nigga. I'm paying you $25 million. That's all I'm paying you, nigga. I'm paying you $25 million. I just need you to kick the fucking ball and get it. That's it. That's all. That's it. Now dealing with the weather and a whole bunch of different shit, that's understandable. But when I'm paying you to just kick the ball, nigga, that's all I want you to do. Just kick it. People don't understand. Like, for real, I'm very, very different. For real. There's a lot of different games. I'll be so excited. But Stephon Diggs, he is getting his karma. For real. And that shit is making me so upset. For real, with this nigga. You like, what? Listen, I always like to come on here and I try to tell people about when these people in the industry are looking for, first and foremost, it's very, very hard, I believe, in this day for anybody in the industry to actually look for somebody to be with, because 9 out of 10, they thinking that they have the right to think that people are clout chasing. They have the right to feel that people only want them for their money and shit like that, because look at it. Look at the times. People can't even really have a very good relationship without people showing the expensive gifts or the things that they're doing for them because they want to put everything on social media and shit like that. But if people actually go back, meaning when Carly B actually was with Offset and shit like that, this nigga was around. Every time I talk about that nigga, I always remember the time that Carly B ass was in fucking Paris and she had that black fucking dress on. And that nigga was sitting on the fucking side and he was looking at her, yo. He was looking at her like a fucking predator. Like, for real, I want to smack him so hard because he thought that he was going to come in and he was going to take, he thought he was going to come in and he was going to take Offset motion. For real, for real. And he thought that and then it got to the point when this nigga thought that he was bigger than Carly B. A lot of people don't understand that and shit like that. So he was a predator. What the fuck a predator do? Oh, this bitch is at her lowest of her lowest. So I'm just going to manipulate her and I'm going to think this is that and the third. So he impregnated her, yo. For real. And that's why I be so mad and shit when it comes to her bitches. Because if she ain't never listened to her fucking friends, tell her to go outside and have fun. Nah. That bitch was supposed, she's supposed to have fun, but she wasn't supposed, any woman on the planet, I'm going to tell your ass this now. You are legally married to a nigga. Yeah, he might be a piece of shit. Yeah, I'm going to keep it 100. He might be a piece of shit. And you do not know, or however. Or let me tell you this part, even to these niggas and to these girls. So what you do is, because you don't know if you want to get a divorce, go get a fucking paper of separation. Cover your fucking tracks. For real, for real. So only not did she allow this nigga to give her a baby. Guess what? She gave Offset enough motherfucking evidence to take half of her fucking shit. What you mean? Infidelity like a motherfucker. What the fuck you talking about? It's all over. Especially this shit with Lotto. If 21 Savage is really married to that fucking girl. If he's really married to that fucking girl. And Lotto put her fucking ass up there on TV for the world and up here and got on album covers and shit like that. And he's married to this bitch gonna go down there and she gonna say infidelity like a motherfucker and the judge is gonna pay her because this nigga just proved that he did infidelity because he got his bitch up there. Carly B was up there. She proved that she had infidelity with this nigga, so they gonna counterattack anything that the fuck that they do. That's legally, that's document, that's paperwork. People don't understand that part. So now he did that. I'm talking about this faggot. And I don't mean to say it like that because he's acting like a bitch. And if he really did it to Jeffree Star, for real, for real, for real, for real, you did it to a bottom of he's a bottom feeder. Jeffree Star is a bottom feeder. He's a bottom feeder. He's like shit and he's shit underneath shoe. He shit underneath a shoe. Only why I'm saying that he shit underneath a shoe like that, because Stephon Diggs, whatever, that nigga's in the closet. Something's not right. I don't like niggas who are in the closet like that. But if I am a person that's in the closet, you're never supposed to reveal motherfuckers. I hate a kissing ass, telling ass person and shit. If he was fucking with Jeffree Star and Jeffree knew that he was fucking Stephon Diggs, he should have never leaked that picture. I swear to God, I hope that shit is I hope that's an AI fucking generated fucking picture. I hope. I ain't even see what you said. Good afternoon, there, love. Speak to me, cutie. Listen, I ain't got time. Who is this? I ain't got time for this folly shit. When you start coming on here, I don't be knowing who the fuck you is. You bother me. You're like, world, let me tell you something, world. Let me tell you something, world. World. It's some real folly stuff going on. I don't know what's going on. You see how I just changed this? I got so many people on here. I don't be knowing who I be talking to, for real, for real. Sometimes I get like this weird inkling and shit. Sometimes I be talking to somebody. I don't know who the fuck I'm talking to, but I be talking to somebody. And it be the weirdest feeling that I be getting in my soul sometimes. Really feeling. Really, really feeling. Something's going on, for real. I can tell, let me tell you something. I can tell that, let me look at something. I want to look at something before I just say what I want to say. Because my page is private. It's private, but it's not closed off. Yeah, so it's definitely something going on. I can definitely tell when something's going on, for real. I can tell when something's going on because I just know sometimes, for real, for real. And it could be very aggravating just a little bit, but I don't be like in that part. I just hope that people okay, for real, for real. I hope people are really, really in a good space, and I hope that people are not beating themselves up, for real, for real. Any actions or anything that they have done. I always like to say that for tomorrow is a beautiful day, meaning tomorrow brings beautiful, beautiful results, and it's not messed up. I hope nobody's not doing manipulation and shit. You heard what I said? Doing manipulation and stuff, for real, because that's not nice. Or people shouldn't be doing certain different things and having people. Oh, okay. People went on vacation. People went on vacation. My baby's sleeping. You hear her sleeping? Something is up. The jig is up. For real. I don't like this. You like what? I be in the unknown. I be feeling like I'm in a passenger seat. She is snoring like a buzzard, but she got a cold. I don't like this weather. And then she's so weird because it be so cold like that in my house. So she can get over a cold and then she get it again. But she was so sick, for real, for real. And I gotta get her some. And that's my fault. I need to get her like some vitamins or something. But yeah, what is going on? Oh, for real, for real. I always said, you hear me? Oh, for real. But stuff is not as bad. My ears is ringing. It's not, and people shouldn't be holding certain stuff. Who is this? Is this my friend from Nigeria? Like, who is you? Speak to me, cutie. My love, speak to me, please. Oh shit, I didn't know people call me my love. My love. I think I might just fall out. Somebody come on here and be like, Mrs. You're not gonna say hi to the Mister. I think I just fall out. I should never said that because then I don't want nobody to purposely say some shit like that. But for real, for real. But I think I would have fell out like, motherfucker. What? Really? Really? You lucky because I was supposed to be at work. My day messed up. I mean, I don't want to get into it, like, but it's cool though. I go to work tomorrow, so that's a good thing. For real, for real. I started out my morning just a little bit too much, but not saying I'm a nice person. I just do stuff differently. I need to wake her up though, and she's slobbing. But yeah, Stefan did. He's a mess, and then you gonna run down on her at her job and stuff. You know what really, really bad for me, and I'm gonna say this very, very kindly, because I hope this is a lie. I hope this is full of shit. He said, "How do Cardi B have up all of them pictures?" Because I don't look like I'm not a stalker. That's one, for real, for real. So I don't know, but he said something about Cardi B, like she still got pictures of Offset or something, something. That's what they said, but she don't have him. That's what they were saying. But what I'm saying is when you dealing with somebody who really, cause she got 3 kids by that nigga. Nigga, you only got one. Offset Patty. He said you gotta catch up, nigga. You gotta have more than one. For real, for real. But they had, when you have something real, meaning it's beyond the spotlight, meaning it's beyond the spotlight. Like, yo, me and this nigga got feelings for each other. Like, this nigga, you know what I'm saying? It's not about the spotlight. It's not about going viral. It's not about this, that, and the third. But we really have feelings and emotions. Not only do we have feelings and emotions, but we got time together. We've been talking for a long time and shit like that. That shit's different. That's why it probably really hurt it like that on both sides. Because I can only imagine her. I mean, she better be lucky that bitch wasn't trying to go to a fucking mental institution. Because I'm just saying, like, fuck. I would have been yelling. I think I would have turned fucking blue. Fuck. Not only did I fucking step out on my marriage and have another baby, but I had a fucking baby by a scumbag ass nigga. For real, I went against my husband. Legally, I went against my husband. And then not only that, this nigga is coming up with Jeffree Star. Can you only imagine that shit? Like, I'm ready to kill this motherfucker. He humiliated me, and then you want to come to my show or whatever. So now I'm like, now I'm on her fucking defense. Like, bitch, her son ain't no motherfucking price tag. So now you want to use my baby as a price tag and shit. Now, because you got dropped from the New England Patriots. You got this, that, and the third. That, like, karma is real. He been doing this shit with people. She already knew that shit with a whole bunch of multiple people. Like, I already said that nigga was a nasty ass nigga anyway. You like, what? Hell yeah. I'm already pregnant and three to four other people talking about they pregnant. What's that an indication? That's an indication that you love to fuck unprotectively, yo. So that means you put my motherfucking life in jeopardy. For real. And that's like the biggest thing. For real. Like, you're like, what? Hell yeah. Like, nigga, yeah, you can cheat. Yeah, you can cheat. But you got the audacity to get a bitch pregnant. You got the audacity to have this bitch calling me talking about she carrying your seed, nigga. That's a whole different other ramification. That's some shit that you never ever could come back from. For real, for real. For real, for real. Like, it's so funny because, it's so funny. I shouldn't even say that. Like, that's weird. Like, wow, you had a baby the whole time. You had a baby the whole time. Secretly. You had a fucking baby the whole time. Mm-hmm. For real. Like, I knew you had a baby the whole time. The whole time. You had a baby the whole time. For real. Hold on a second. I'm going to call you right back. Yeah. Had a baby the whole time. You had a baby the whole time. You had a baby the whole time. So fucked up. That's so fucked up. Damn, that's crazy. I don't know where I just got that from. But that's crazy when you have a baby the whole time with somebody. It could be, now I understand that part. It could be very, very, it could be different. Meaning, especially for a baby, especially for a person who had a baby secretly. Let's break it down. A nigga who had a baby secretly and he don't live his life like that out to the public. Right? And now, because now he want to go to the left, or maybe he wants to step and he wants to do something else, guess what's going to happen? Now the world is about to understand, and the world's about to know that you had a baby with somebody. Now, on top of that, now you got to worry about this psychotic ass bitch going down there, figuring out how the fuck she going to go about it to go get child support. Not only was this stupid and dummies, well, you better be lucky. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I just started thinking of some shit. People, listen. That gotta suck. For not only for people to have, I'm just saying, because I'm looking at different scenarios with different people. Not only are some people, right? Some people have babies. People don't know they have babies. God damn. Some people secretly married. People really don't know that people are secretly married, or however, or maybe people want to get married or whatever that it may be. So not only that, you're going to have the world know that you had a kid. You're going to have the world know that you have been married. Now you got to worry about a crazy-ass psychotic bitch going to go take you for child support, dealing on however, especially if you have a very, very good relationship with your kids, or however that it may be with your kids. Now you got to worry about this psychotic bitch being this, that, and the third. But I always tell people, especially these niggas that's on child support, I always say let me tell you something. For all of you niggas, right? I don't know if I should help these girls, but for all of you niggas, it is a beautiful thing sometimes when these stupid ass bitches put you on child support. You know why? Because now when you're dealing legally on legal documentation, right? And listen, because I need to tell people this. Even women, some women, you don't have legal full custody of your kids. You don't. You literally have to do a certain procedure and shit like that. So at this point, you both are equal. But a nigga who's on child support, you have the right now to go down there and tell this bitch, meaning, I want visitation rights, and the judge, however the fuck he's gonna put a fit. Now it comes into different clause. Nigga, I want to move to Alaska. I want to move to the United, whatever. guess what? He's gonna go down there and he's gonna stop that. It's a whole bunch of different pros and cons and shit when it comes to certain shit like that. Very. It's even down to the point where niggas can also go in dealing with different situations and ramifications. You can go in where y'all could take turns. What the fuck you mean take turns? You could take turns. I want to get my kid for 6 months. Or however the fuck that it can be. It's different stimulations and certain shit like that, but that is fucking crazy. Wow. Homewrecker. Homewrecker. Somebody's lying calling people homewreckers. Some people are being called homewreckers. Some people are being called homewreckers. Homewreckers. Somebody saying homewrecker that bitch. Homewrecker that bitch. I should get off of here. That was like very, very like that was weird. I was going into different scenario for people. But life is like a box of chocolates. I don't like chocolates. So for to each his own. Hold on, is it something crazy? What you was dreaming about? I was waiting to see when he's gonna wake up. You wanna tell the people? So be nice.
So I was dreaming about we was at the park. And suddenly you left your phone at the park on the box, and then I was trying to call it outside so you could hear it. And then suddenly you heard it. So late because you have to get back outside to get it.
You look so horrible, baby girl. Yes, you do. Mommy feels so bad for you. You look so sick. Your eyes are red. Oh, Jesus Christ. Your eyes are red. You look so crazy, yo. For real, for real. Let me go, y'all. I gotta go. My baby, she's so sick. She just finally woke up. I was waiting for her to it's so funny because last night we was up for a while. I don't even know how I'm up. I've been up. I've been doing some real stuff really, really weird lately for the last past couple of days. It's just, is it getting easy? I don't know, but I listen. The worst thing sometimes that a woman can do for people to do is let certain stuff get easy. Meaning, people had good, amazing feeling, the chemistry, however, put it, beautiful fit. But when a woman start to feel like certain stuff is starting to get, or a man starting to feel like certain stuff is starting to get easy, that means they no longer feel however that they was feeling towards a situation. I don't know where that came from. But I gotta go because she was up. We was up for a while, for real. And I was wondering when you was gonna wake up, but you look horrible. Your eyes are red. For real, for real. I'ma probably, oh man, I'm gonna have to call and get you to get a doctor's appointment or take you to the doctor's tomorrow at 2. But you just don't look good, baby. Can you get mommy? You can get mommy your cold. I'll take your cold. Hey, come get me sick. You said no. So don't you want to feel better? I was just saying. I was like, when is you gonna wake up, yo? You know what time it is, yo? It's like 1 o'clock. You over here working like you work from 11 to 7. But I understand it, cause So let me go, y'all. Let me go. Let me go. This was the remote is underneath you somewhere. No, poor baby stinker butt. No, my baby girl. You so shit. Let me see. All right, let me go. I gotta go. I gotta get off of here. This was a good live. Usually I come on here, I talk about a lot of different stuff. So PPSS. Hold on one second, babe. PPSS.
Can I type you something fast?
You want to type me something?
Yeah.
Hold on one second. I gotta find it. Hold on one second. So PPS. If anybody's looking to get on my Instagram right now, it's so funny. My Instagram is closed. I swear to God, I had about like 30 new followers. My stuff. I love it. My kids are like my biggest supporters. But yeah, my Instagram is closed off to the public. It's crazy. Every time I close it off, I woke up to like 30 new friend request, but it's closed off for like that. I'm not posting nothing new. Like for real, for real. I'm not posting nothing new. My junk is dead. For real, for real.
You got off of it.
But who is this? What is she doing?
That was you.
Nah, that ain't me. That ain't me at all. Let me see 1 second. Let me see.
You lost it.
Oh, you like what? Let me see.
Go back up.
Hold on, I want to see what they talking about. What is he
You can heal them.
doing? Wait. Hey, DJ Dirty Baby. DJ Dirty. I should tap him up. Let me see.
Mommy.
Wait. Hey,
Mommy.
wait.
People's gonna
Majesty Angel on my other YouTube channel. I'm giving you a shout out. I see you over there, player. I'm over here with my 40,000 subscribers, giving you a shout out. What's up, DJ Dirty? Let me see if you hear me. Listen, Dirty, DJ Dirty, DJ Dirty, DJ Dirty. Wait. Hi, DJ Dirty, baby. he said, no, my mic on. He look at, hi, DJ Dirty, baby. Wait. Let me see. DJ Dirty, baby. Yo, I be having fun sometimes. I be looking at people's lives and stuff. Yo, he up there. I think he on the radio or something. He threw it up and stuff. Listen. He's like, what? Who is this?
look at his name.
I am looking. He over there DJing. That's what I be doing. I be messing with people. DJ Dirty. Let me subscribe to his channel. He's funny. I don't know where he from. It said, turn it up. Who is this? I'm sorry, y'all. I'll be messing with people.
Mommy, some people is leaving.
I know, but I'm about to get off, though. I was just coming over here looking at other people's lives because it was funny.
Go back.
I said, DJ Dirty. DJ Dirty is so funny. One day, let me tell you something, y'all. I was on somebody's live, and I was on it for like 5 minutes. This nigga was sleeping so hard in the chair. Oh, who is this?
We didn't say.
Oh, that's why he's up there with his boobies out. Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? I see you. You up there talking to... No, that wasn't Jesus. That was some lady with some stuff on there. Like, what the heck is this about? Is 2 a company or 3 a crowd? What is 4 and 5? 4 means none of your business, and 5 says stay your ass out the crowd. That's what that is. I'm sorry. So let me get off. Let me get off these people's lives.
Go back to yours.
No, I'm done. So let me go. Hi, everybody on YouTube. Let me tell you something. Don't be surprised. I'll pop up. I'm telling you, I'll pop up. You never know when the queen will pop up. That's why I be getting so mad when these content creators, they be mad at me. I'm the one who will take your stuff and then it'll go crazy like hot sauce. How you gonna be mad at somebody because I could take your stuff and I could post it anywhere and it'll go good numbers between 10,000 views to 100 to 100,000, from 100,000 to 500,000 or whatever. I be showing people love. Listen, I put people on the big screen. So until next time, you guys have a great day.